Here we are on week 1 of the loft conversion for this property, and as you can see, the scaffolding has now gone up, which is part of the preparation. Now this scaffolding has got a tin roof on the top, which is designed to prevent rain getting into the actual property. This is just stage 1 of the scaffolding. The guys will be putting on tarpaulin all the way around the sides of this to prevent any horizontal rain, anything getting in through the sides. But you can see the scaffolding has been put down. There's some important things to note here. We've put some protection down. So the driveway was already block paved and was in good condition, as you can see slightly here. So we started to put down some chipboard, and this will all be taped together so that when we put skips and there's any waste and any other materials are stored here like sand, it's not going to damage the original driveway. This is between 2 semi-detached houses. You can see that the crossbars are touching both houses, which gives it extra security and rigidity, so it's not going to blow over in the wind. Okay, so let's go up and have a look at, let's go up this ladder and have a look at the roof itself. Here we are up on the scaffold, the top of the scaffold, and we can see the existing roof, which is the old concrete tiles, not in great condition. These will all be taken off and going to be replaced with new tiles. And you can see here they've got the sloped roof on the side of the building, and what we're aiming to do is to construct hip to gable like they've got next door, and you can see a good example of how it's going to look. So this pitched roof here will be replaced with a vertical wall, which they call a gable wall, gable end, and we're going to have tiles on it similar to what they have next door with a window. The house opposite actually has been done in a similar fashion, so you can see the two houses opposite here. One's got the pitched roof as it was originally on the right hand side, and the one on the left hand side has been fully extended and squared off for the hip to gable loft conversion, the same as what we'll be doing here with this roof. So we can walk all the way around the scaffold. This takes us on the side. You can see the same concrete tiles. We've got a nice walkway here, and then it takes us to the back of the house. In the back of the house, again, it's another pitched roof, so it's sloping up. If we look at the one next door, they've had theirs converted already. So they've got the one next door and the one next door to that. So they've got what they call the dormer, and you can see the original line of the roof from the white pitch, and then they built the dormer coming out to create all of the extra living space internally, with the windows on the back for the ensuite and the bedroom. They've actually got a Juliet balcony. You can see it over, if we look at the house over the other side, it's got the same thing. So this is phase 1. As I said, we've got the tin roof on here. You can see it's all corrugated iron, and that's going to provide shelter and protection when it does rain to keep the house from getting wet internally. But we'll see the tarpaulin go up on this. Now let's have a look at the inside of the property. Okay, here we are inside the property. This is week 1, so we're in preparation mode. So you see that the builders have covered all of the existing wooden floor with protective covering. So they've got both stick down, this is called no nonsense, but this is like it's like cling film, but it sticks really well to all of the stairs, so that it makes sure that the dust and all the particles don't get onto the wooden floor itself. And then on top of that, they've then put this protective corrugated plastic, so you can see it's slightly wavy. It's thicker than bubble wrap, but you can see it's got a little bit of give in it, and that really will just help us when we've got rain and dirt and moisture coming in. And there's the guys that have set up some of their health and safety equipment, some of their tools, but most importantly, they put some protection down for the existing flooring, otherwise we'd need to replace this at the end of the job. So go up the stairs, more protective here, and then let's head on up into the loft space as it is now. There's an old loft ladder that was here originally, and then we'll just go up into the loft and have a look what we've got today. Okay, so here we are as we come up into the loft. Now, we had cleared out this loft, so there was previously an old water tank that was sitting in this part here, which was removed a couple of months ago, and we've actually put some boarding down, so this floor, this has actually got some hardboard, chipboard floor at the moment, so you can see that's all the way through, so it's quite clean up here. But as we said before, this floor is not suitable for taking a lot of weight. So if we come up into the loft, we'll see that all of the old roof structure trusses are all still up here. We've got you can see the roof itself, the felt on the inside's in reasonably good condition. And all of the woodwork looks okay as well, but this is all going to go. Now up here, interestingly, at some point in the past in this house, they removed the chimney breasts at the back of the property, and they've not done it at the front. So the front has still got all the chimney breasts in place. And then where you have two sets of chimney breasts, they meet in the middle here to go up to the chimney stack. Now they have, where they've taken off this rear chimney breast, they've inserted what they call a gallows bracket. And this gallows bracket is supported by the party wall. You can see, if I walk around to the side, you can see that it is a triangular structure that sits out, supports the bricks for the chimney stack above it, and then it comes down to a taper and is supported by 3 or 4 bricks on each side that are fixed into the party wall. So these gallows brackets, quite common if you've had an old house where the chimney breast has been taken out, but building control these days are not too keen, because if you have both neighbours who have a gallows bracket and the people next door had their chimney supported by it, you'd have the whole of this chimney stack would be supported by the party wall, which if it was in high winds potentially could cause damage. So as part of this build, we are replacing this gallows bracket. We're going to put a steel across the floor, and then there'll be a steel plate underneath this, which we will then brick up to the bottom of that gallows bracket, so that all of the weight is then taken by the steel beam rather than the party wall itself. So just looking around the rest of this attic space, it's all fairly, it's in good condition, but all of this woodwork is going to be removed as part of the build. We're going to be taking off the whole of the back roof, all the side roof, all the front roof, and replacing it with a new structure. And if we look up, we've got quite a high ceiling in here. This is the ridge beam, and you can see at the moment it's only relatively small because we've got all the pitched roof. That ridge beam is going to be taken out and replaced by steel. So here we are, week 1 of the loft conversion. Everything's ready to go. We've got the scaffolding in place. We've got everything ready to be ripped out starting on Monday. The steels are being delivered Monday. So this roof will be stripped off. We'll do some preparation work on this party wall because we've got our party wall agreement in place. So we're allowed to cut holes into this party wall, which will then, we'll put a steel plate into the hole, and then the new steel beam will sit in that hole, and then it will move all the way across the steel beam, will be put on another plate on the external wall of the property. So that's all going to be happening next week. So I will see you for week 2 video then. Finally, one other piece of preparation, which is absolutely essential, is a portaloo, an external toilet, because this means that all the builders, when they're all muddy and dirty, can use that toilet rather than coming into your house and having to use your facilities. So always an essential part of any preparation, getting that toilet on site.